I love it. Look at that. Ta-da! Woo!
And we're back. Back in Newlyn. What a lovely day. Much nicer than yesterday. I contemplated putting the heating on yesterday when I got here, but it was actually warm, just damp and dark. Continuing with this room today, I should probably begin by tidying this up before I start, or it will just annoy me. In the car journey over, I was also debating taking the top of this off because it's getting annoying, and if I'm going to be painting this, I can't make my mind up. It's like I could move this over each time I paint. And then we also debated about putting this bed was against this wall, and it feels like it works really well. We thought about flipping it, and then you open up all the space. I'm not sure. I feel like if I was gonna do that, I would have done it when I first started doing this room, so now it feels like it might be a waste of time. I feel like, I mean, there's sort of holes there, but I don't really know what's in them. But it's sort of just like dowels, it comes off. I don't know if I'd be able to do that by myself. I'd have to take the mattress off. There just isn't really the room, now I think of it. I can't decide. Maybe if I take the mattresses off, it'll be light enough to move around on its own. Okay, anyway, I couldn't decide in the car. I should have decided, but I couldn't decide. I'll get the rest of this off. It's difficult because I'd like to be able to get, you know, there's almost like 2 layers of paint, or like the top layer of paint is kind of, it's like a plasticky, it's sort of satisfying to peel off, but it doesn't really come off in big chunks. It comes off in little bits. I'm not going to be able to do it on this side, but at the very least I need to get this paper off. I'm not even sure I have the sanding machine isn't even going to fit in there, is it? It's taking a little bit longer than I thought, but that's okay. I also got this on the way in, the good stuff, Zinser, because I noticed a lot at the top as well. The paint is just peeling, and it, you know, I could probably peel half the paint on the wall off, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to, it's sort of like a gluey substance. Usually it's for like damaged walls. I mean, this is kind of damaged, but I need to stop the paint peeling, so it kind of glues the paint back to the underneath. So it's not just going to keep peeling and peeling and peeling, and then you have an area to do the preparations and the priming on. Okay, so first things first, tidy up. I've let it get a bit of a mess in here, and that kind of just like, this is a bit ridiculous. So, tidy up, get some more water in this wallpaper stripper, carry on, and then, yeah, then I'll get the peel stop on. That takes about 2 hours, but in the meantime I can be, or maybe I should do that first. Maybe that's a good point. Yeah. Well, in any case, I'll be filming it and update you. So you can kind of see the difference of here, it's kind of more stuck down, and there's like there's almost like the layer beneath it, so it's kind of ripping off. That's like stuck, whereas this just wants to keep coming and coming and coming, and then again it stops there, and it goes on. It wants to just keep peeling off, and it's kind of just a bit ridiculous. So I need to find an end point and basically seal it all down. This one's a bit more understandable that it would start peeling off here. I just did a bit of steaming there, so this is going to come off, but nowhere near as badly as on these other bits down here. You saw in the last video I'd like almost done a bit of filling. I was quite happy. I said, oh, I did a neat enough job ready to sand, and that's the bit that's stuck down. But yeah, this all just wants to keep coming, so yeah, we'll sort it out. bits that came off easy, great. And then you're left with like the 10% of the old wallpaper that's like the glue. The glue will not come off. So that took quite a lot of steaming. Some of the plaster's still a bit damp, so I might leave that. I've just filled in the line that I started yesterday, a bit on the wood. So now I'll probably do some sanding. Peel stop, and I thought that I could just get away with putting paint on, and I don't know, I think I was on the phone to Maddie. Obviously it's not, you could definitely tell, so I've got some skim stuff to put on quickly, which is a bit of a pain. I don't know why I thought that would work. That was really naive. Never mind. Just another job to add to the list. Yeah, I think I was just tired yesterday. I feel a bit more energetic today. It's sunny. And new t-shirt. Bonus points if you can tell me the reference. I got this nifty tool in Lidl. Oh, off you go. $2.99. And I'm pretending I know what I'm doing. Ooh, okay, quite hard to do it while also filming. Certainly quicker than a putty knife. I haven't quite got the hang of the pressure I'm supposed to put on. Woo! Maybe that won't be so bad. I also got this guy, gigantic, $3.99 in Lidl, which I guess smooths it over at the end. I'm using a combination of having watched the plasterer do it and vague memories of videos I've watched DIY on Instagram reels. Yeah, I haven't done that properly yet, but all I know is you scoop it up, trowel it on, push it up, and then probably won't look perfect, but look better than it does now. All the plasterers, all the people who know what they're doing are recoiling watching this. It's fun to give it a go and learn. Inexpertly patch that. I think it would need a light sand and another coat. Yeah, tomorrow. Looks good from where I'm standing looking at this tiny screen. Hopefully you can't see all the imperfections. That's why I'm moving the camera further away. Yeah, I think once it's sanded it'll be fine. Doesn't need to be perfect. I'm not a professional plasterer, but I sympathise with how difficult that job is. That was just a small bit of wall. Having to do the entire thing perfectly, time pressure, the plaster's drying, doing it on the ceiling, yeah, that needs a lot of skill and stamina and experience. But, I mean, it looks better than it did. It's annoying that I had to spend this morning doing it, but never mind, eh? It's annoying because I did want to paint. It's probably not going to happen today. Oh, I'm kicking something. I need to realise I didn't sand this bit. We've ordered some curtains. I forgot to say. Yeah, we ordered some blackout ones because if this is going to be a kid's room, probably want blackout ones for kids. And maybe that's just me. I'm very fussy. Oh my gosh, there's a cat on the roof. What are you doing up there? Oh, there he is. Oh, I bet that's nice and warm. How did he get up there? Oh, I suppose you can jump up that side. That's hilarious. Yeah, I know. As a child, I was very fussy about having a dark room to sleep in. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a particularly awkward child. But in the summer, yeah, why not get blackout ones? So we got those from Dunelm. I think they'll be arriving this weekend. Today's Friday. I'll probably be back here over the weekend at least one day because of this. Things haven't been as productive as I'd like this week. I need to sand this wood here. And don't know if I'm going to have much luck because of the pipe there. Could certainly do with a clean anyway. It turned out okay. Never going to be perfect. It's just a beaten up old wall. I mean, I could try and smooth the whole thing out. My current thinking is that's just not worth it at all. It's an old house. Call it character. There he goes. It's good because I washed my hair yesterday and I forgot to put any product in it, so I can use the sanding particles to gel my hair together. That'll be really useful.
Definitely is not morning. I'm in Newlyn and I'm out of breath from climbing up all the stairs. It's a lovely day today. There's a little view check. I really wish that tree could be trimmed because it does block quite a lot of the view. You can see St Michael's Mount, there's a little sailboat going out. But I'm back and I'm going to continue the work that I was doing in here with the furniture. So I'm going to sand a few little bits and pieces on the bed and the chest of drawers to make it look like it's kind of shabby and worn. And I think I'll start maybe with a bedside table to see the effect I can create, and then do the bed last because the bed is the thing I'm most uncertain about. Put the mattress on and see what it looks like, and then kind of move the furniture where I think it should go. Well, I'll get Alex to help me do that. Excitingly, Alex's brother is coming down. He's been travelling. I know lots of you were like, oh, how come his brother's not there? This house was bought when Alex's brother was abroad in Southeast Asia and Asia. So he hasn't even seen the house and he's been travelling, and that was a pre-planned thing that he was doing anyway with his girlfriends. He physically wasn't able to be here until now. But of course, if he was, he would have been helping all along the way, because I know some of you are curious about that. And Alex's dad doesn't live near, so he's coming this evening, which is really exciting, and I'm sure he's probably very much looking forward to seeing it and excited because he hasn't actually seen the house yet. Yeah, and maybe we can just get some more stuff done. I was looking at this balcony thinking maybe he could do the balcony, or there's probably loads of things on Alex's list that they can work on together. Also, I'm starting, because I was just having this conversation with Alex, that originally, obviously, when we started this, we were like, right, it's going to be open spring, summer. Technically, it's still spring. But because of the nature of these kinds of projects, sometimes they just do take longer and you can't predict that, and we were probably a bit over ambitious. When you look at something, you're like, oh yeah, you know, just a bit of painting, just a bit of rejigging in the kitchen, maybe we need some new flooring. And you kind of look at that and think, well, that's not going to take very long. When actually, when you go to do it, when you've got life happening, like we've both got work that we've got to do and lives, and I'm pregnant and it's only Alex most of the time, it doesn't happen that way. And so, and yeah, you know, waiting on tradesmen, that kind of stuff. So I'm relaxing a bit more into the fact that we don't have a date, or I'm just trying to let go of that idea. Like, obviously, ideally, it needs to be done before baby comes. But if for some strange reason something comes up and that doesn't happen, it's fine. It'll only be the two of us for not very much longer. So we want to feel happy in this part of our life and excited, not like worried or stressed that this is, you know, thinking, oh gosh, got to get into Newlyn, we're going to need to finish this, or like this is taking longer. You know, those kinds of, it's inevitable when you do a renovation project that those feelings come up. You get a bit like, oh. Anyway, that's how I'm feeling. I thought I'd give you that kind of update. And I want to, yeah, get on with this now. Annoyingly, I forgot to go get varnish because I want to varnish the handles. So I don't know, like timing wise today, I'll ask Alex where I could get varnish from. I could go and get some, but that seems like a bit of a, I don't know. I just want them to be, I want to like finish the furniture. I want like to finish a job. I'll see how I get on. I'm going to start sanding and see how this works. So let's try it on a drawer. I know lots of you said about knotting. Hello, you come to help me. Lots of you said about not using the knotting sealant before painting. I don't mind the knots showing through because these are meant to be like, they're meant to look like they've only got a little bit of paint on them. So I'm not fussed by that. Hello. It's not meant to be a finished look, is it? So I'm going to need you to move your face, otherwise I'll be sanding you. I'm just suddenly excited just because I've sat on the floor. Hey, do you need the loo or something? Maybe you need the loo. Okay, so this is the right sandpaper, this is lighter. So if I just sand it very, very gently, you can, oh careful puppy, you can kind of see there along this edge that it's just chipped it a little bit, and just through use it will have chips, and it will end up with chips that are natural to where they're used, which I like. That's the intention. I don't want it to be, yeah, it will get like marks from that purpose. So cool. So I'll just do a little bit in the corners. It's kind of scary doing this because I've just painted it. It's like, am I doing the right thing? If I do it on a small piece to begin with, I can evaluate how much I want to do it. The tricky part is on the front. How much do you do? Because how does that look natural? I've just realised I've looked at the banisters and think it might need a third coat. I can see bits of white. Right, let's look on Pinterest. No, I think that you just do it on any corners or edges. You don't want to be doing the front part because that wouldn't get nicked. Well, I guess it's how far you want to go, because you've got examples like this, which is obviously very much, lots of the paint has been sanded off, but then you have examples like this where you can see obviously there's lots of moulding on this chest of drawers, so it's quite different to these ones, but the only parts, why are you focusing on me? Focus on the picture. The only parts that have the sort of nicks, wondered how they got that effect. Although it does actually literally have a link. Let's have a look. So this link is showing a specific kind of paint that you can use to do this. So you can, it's also giving just the same advice of using sandpaper or a knife to remove the paint. Okay, so I think it just depends how far I want to go with it. So I think I'm going to do a little bit more than I have. and I will do a bit on the front. Okay, that does work, because when if you sand roughly, bits just naturally come off. But you don't want it to, I don't want to do so little that it doesn't look deliberate, you know? So that now is starting to look much more deliberate, but not too over the top. I'm going to do one chest of drawers, see the effect and the vibe, be conservative with it, put it together, and then see if I need to do more or less, and then I can follow that kind of pattern for the rest of the furniture. It's annoying because I don't want everything to be matchy-matchy. I kind of think that the chest of drawers and bedside tables should look similar, and maybe the bed I don't chip as much, so that it doesn't look too matchy-matchy or too in your face, just like very subtly. Okay, this is nerve-wracking. Why is this nerve-wracking?
I don't have to try to be the one. Celebrity chewing on a bit of mint leaf in a 18-story room. You never even had to be the lucky one. You followed descending spiral staircase into
responsible for it. We are always any of our territory.
Oh no!
Care an iota what happens in there.
I didn't paint that part. I didn't paint the middle bit. I'm very happy with that effect. Can you see how it all kind of comes together? Apart from that middle bit not being painted, which is really annoying. I really like the vibe of that, and probably when they're in place. No, I think that's the perfect amount. That's just not too much faff. So I need to test out whether this is the same. Have I just gone wrong with not... Yeah, I just assumed that those bits would not be on show. Because that's usually, maybe it's because these are kind of slightly cheaper, newer chest of drawers, but those bits usually, they're like receded a bit and covered. I'm going to go get the paintbrush and paint all those little bits so it can dry. Whoops. Okay, they're looking so nice. I'd really recommend doing this if you've got some old furniture that doesn't look good anymore or it's too orange, because it's so subtle, but it just makes it look finished. These now look like I've bought them or got them from like an upcycled antique shop or something, and when they've got the handles on them, the contrast handles, and they have stuff on the top, like this one could have like a lamp, maybe some books, that kind of thing. Obviously the bedside table's gonna have lamps on them. It's gonna look so pretty. So I'm so glad I did this and didn't buy new furniture, because I think it looks really good. Yeah, so happy. Just this one to do now. I have decided that I don't need to stain the handles. I put them on because it matches the distressed wood that's coming through. So I think that looks perfect. I'm really glad I didn't paint them, because it makes it have like a contrast, and I think that looks really cute. So that saves a job, and I think it looks better than staining them dark. So I'm very happy. Look how sweet.
When you're giving me this side by side, you bet I'm gonna rip around. You got me out.
I love it. Look at that. They look so good. Well done, me. Ta-da! I love it. That looks so cute, and it really offsets all of the wood. Looks so nice.
I was looking at ordering the skirting boards for down here. The website I got the threshold from charged like £20 delivery, and then when you select the threshold, you go on it, it's like from £20, or you think it's going to be £20. I selected the 3 metre version, so I think it's just under 3 metres we need, and it says £20, and then you put the rebate, which is like because it's like a ramp, the difference between sort of the hole you want cut out basically, and I put 20mm, and then the price goes from £20 to £45. I thought, okay, maybe that's a lot for just one piece of oak. But then you put what finish you want. I put unfinished, and it took the price from £45 to £55. It turns out the only option for £45 is if you want it primed. So I was really confused. I found that really annoying. £10 more than someone doing nothing to it, and a £20 delivery. That's really bothered me. And I was going to get skirting boards from them, but they only do solid wood ones, so they do pine. The trouble with pine is it does kind of warp in a room like this, and probably more prone to rotting. So the carpenter gave a website example that he's, because I think loads of places do, and MDF skirting. I was going to go to B&Q, but then I found this website that does MDF skirting and free delivery, and gives you all the options of height and all sorts, thickness, what kind of shape you want it. We want it to match. That's good. Oh, I can't even see on the screen. So this skirting here, I think it's called Taurus. It's quite a common standard one. I think it'd be fun to get a really fancy one, but there's no point replacing that. So I'm gonna get one to match. And I thought, oh, I'll just measure the old skirting, which was 18 centimeters tall. So yeah, I'll just get the same height, obviously. But because we put the flooring in, it's changed. And I've also lost my normal measuring tape. So now it's more like, oh, I've got a little stand. Why don't I put you on the little stand, like a sensible person? So here it's like 15.5. 15 basically exactly to the top. And then over here, this is the fun, because it's raised it, and there's a little like fuse switch box here, and that's like 16. So this is the one I found, for example, and then you have all these options. I thought, okay, maybe 18mm, maybe that's a sensible one. Length, probably that one, because we need extra. Finish, very handy, you can get primed, no rebate. And then I get to the height, I think, oh, okay, maybe I want like 16, great. Maybe 17, so there's enough room. You can always, like, because you probably need to possibly, well no, the carpenter's probably made the floor flat, but you could, like, what's the word, sort of scribe it to the floor. 17, great. But then, obviously, like I just showed you, what price is that? What does it take it up to? £35, not bad. And obviously 17 is too high for that box. which is really, really irritating. So I guess you could cut the bottom off. I'm hoping the electrician will get back to me and maybe you can move that box a bit. It's just one of those things you think it's going to be really simple. Just like measure a bit above the bare plaster on the wall. Nope, there's a weird box. We don't even know what the box does. The electrician never got around to investigating that. Whether it was a fuse from like an old electric heater that was maybe in the window bay, or it's something to do with the light that's outside that doesn't work, so I don't know. And the electrician's like stopped getting back to me. I just want to order one thing, and the internet's still not here, so I'm kind of using data sat on my phone, using the battery on my phone. It's like, I just want to order it. I want to order it in the daytime, and I'm going to have to ring Sky now. We're having issues with the Sky broadband at home. Maddie's having to walk up the road to like call Sky, and she's pregnant, and that's like really irritating. I'm here, OpenReach again was supposed to come. They've not come. So I'm going to have, you can't ring OpenReach, I'm going to have to ring Sky, and they're probably going to say, oh, it's nothing to do with us, so what a morning. I think I'm getting overwhelmed, and I'm making it a bigger deal than it needs to be, the skirting board. I just want it to be right. Sorry, I hope that wasn't too rambly or pessimistic. It's annoying when the little things hold stuff up, and every day you look at it, I can't make a decision. There's so many like different options to choose from that I just kind of get stuck. I think, oh, I'll do it later. And then later, when I get home, I'm too tired, so I never do it. Woe is me. Never mind. I'm overanalyzing it.
Worries come dressed as night to plunder dreams, and whispered out to scattered light reflects your mind. Splinters, facts from fictions. It's dark outside, it's cold in here. There's nothing left but all your fears. You're falling like the moon falls in the sky. There's nowhere to land.
Painting. Just for a little bit of cutting in up here. What am I doing? There we
go. Good morning, or afternoon, actually definitely afternoon. I'm in the bunk bed room and I'm going to do some cutting in of the blue. I think Alex needs to do cutting in with the Wimborne white, but I'll do the bits that he hasn't done of the skirting. So this is where we're at. I don't know what he's been vlogging, but you can kind of tell cutting in's been done, but not here. So I'll start over here. It's going to be quite a tight fit. I'll see how I go with the blue. And now seeing what he meant, he just said, how are you going to do that when you're pregnant? Might need to move things around. So a tight space with this bunk bed in the middle. But I'll start over here. One coat along here, all the way around here, and all the way around the door. Woo!